There is a specific moment in a high-velocity expansion move where analytical frameworks often fail. The instant price reverses into a sharp pullback. Many traders interpret this rotation as random chaos. By viewing moving averages as isolated static lines, they remain unaware of institutional algorithms testing the order book for liquidity. The DRW V2.1 structural density ribbon provides an alternative to this clutter, functioning as a dynamic programmatic telemetry grid. This architecture tracks mathematical spread, alignment states, and line slopes to calculate the true structural mass and kinetic load of the current trend. Shifting to a model based on algorithmic density allows a trader to ignore random price noise and monitor institutional block inventory. To understand how this grid functions, we must deconstruct the powertrain matrix, starting with the raw foundational price. The first layer of the powertrain is the fast velocity cloud, composed of the 8 and 13 EMAs, tracking high-torque institutional momentum. In a runaway market, the price rides entirely outside this velocity cloud. High-momentum price bars will not close inside this boundary. Below the velocity cloud sits the chassis frame floor, including the 21 EMA baseline and the 34 EMA intermediate anchor. The system tracks the 34 EMA slope, routing a soft green color when sloping upward and shifting to soft red when turning downward. The final layer is the 55 EMA macro shield. This serves as the trend's armor plating and its primary boundary line. This engine block enforces a rigid operational law. A solid structural breach of the 55 EMA mathematically invalidates the macro trend. When an aggressive upward move begins, the system identifies an A wave. This impulse forces all 5 moving averages to fan out into perfect sequential alignment. Once confirmed, the algorithm fires a cyan diamond icon, indicating the exact bar where all 5 tiers synced. Eventually, price rotates downward into a multi-bar corrective phase. This is the B wave, a profit-taking period often triggering emotional exits. During this descent, the algorithm calculates the mathematical space between the 13 EMA and the 55 EMA. This calculation generates the Teal defense cloud, a visual representation of institutional support. The Teal cloud identifies the zone where market makers accumulate wholesale limit order inventory. Entry signals appear when price drives into this cloud and forms long downward exhaustion wicks on declining volume, showing structural rejection. Following this refuel, momentum aligns with the macro frame to launch the C wave, which typically breaks the previous high. By identifying these specific algorithmic conditions, traders use the Teal defense cloud to scale positions into the trend rather than reacting to the initial pullback. The algorithm also monitors long sideways consolidations to measure localized kinetic compression. The ribbon spread calculation constantly measures the mathematical distance between the highest and lowest moving average lines. When the 5-period moving average of this spread contracts below 60, the moment a large block institutional order slams into the order book, it immediately ignites the stored kinetic energy of the volatility squeeze. The gray compression rope separates into the neon cyan matrix, while the alignment diamond confirms the new A-wave breakout. As price rotates backward, it settles into the Teal defense cloud to test the structural floor. If the floor holds, price rejects the 34 EMA and enters to high-velocity expansion of the C-wave. Managing mechanical suspension loads provides a structural framework for navigating volatility that isolated indicators cannot replicate. The operational law for the DRW architecture remains: wait for chronological alignment, accumulate position inside the Teal refuel zone, and allow the programmatic momentum to manage the trade.